Hey, I'm Emma, Kettle Mag's books editor.
I'm Karishma, Kettle Mag's former books editor and current writer.
And we're hopefully going to be starting some video book reviews. So we're kicking off this week with J.K. Rowling. So Karishma is going to be reviewing Very Good Lives, which is her first non-fiction work, and it's about a speech that she made at Harvard University, right? About kind of failure and imagination, so like a motivational speech, which sounds really good.
Yeah, and Emma's going to be talking about The Casual Vacancy, J.K. Rowling's first book for adults after Harry Potter. And I think it's all about sort of a local town and politics and kind of what goes on behind closed doors, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So how did you find Very Good Lives? What did you think of it?
I actually really liked it, and I wasn't really sure what to expect because obviously it's not a book in the conventional sense because it's publication of the speech she made. But I actually really liked it because I thought it was actually, obviously because it's a speech, it was written in a certain way, so it was really concise, and I think it delivers the message really well. And I didn't really know what to expect because I don't really read much non-fiction, but I actually really liked it. I thought it was really, really good.
It looks really short, so something that you can kind of
definitely
just pick up and get straight into, I guess.
No, definitely, especially for this kind of time because it's exam time at the moment. So I think if you don't want to start something really long, I think it's perfect just because it's like 70 pages and every other page is an illustration, so it's just it's perfect.
So obviously J.K. Rowling is kind of best known for the fiction fantasy world she creates, amazing fiction. So how did you find reading her non-fiction work in comparison?
It almost isn't comparable just because it's so different, it's completely different purposes. Yeah. But I never thought I'd say this, but I actually thought it was just as good as Harry Potter, which feels like a bit of a betrayal considering I love Harry Potter so much. But it was, I thought it was really good because it was so different. I mean, it was actually just as sort of affecting because it's just the way that it sort of the message that it is delivering. And the way that she sort of writes, it's just really good. It sort of talks about what it means to fail and why actually that's quite obviously at the time when you fail it's not great, but why it's actually really good in the long run. Yeah, that sounds good. And quite fitting for exam time.
Very fitting.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a bit of motivation.
Something to get you through.
So overall rating out of 5?
Definitely 5 out of 5. Wow. Which I feel, it's quite bold, but I'm going for
it.
Yeah.
Don't know that.
Yeah. Okay, so Casual Vacancy. What did you think?
Really like The Casual Vacancy. In terms of the storyline, I thought it was so interesting, kind of like getting a look into kind of small town politics, and especially in the run up to the election, obviously you've got so much stuff coming at you from news and documentaries and whatever, but if you want a fictional way of looking into that world and the difference between right and left, such a good way of looking at it. And the story, I can imagine it being the kind of book you'd take on holiday,
definitely.
So you can't put it down, it's so fast paced, you just want to get to the end to see what happens. So definitely really, really good read, but also interesting and educational.
I think, much like Very Good Lives is kind of a bit of a departure from Harry Potter in that it's non-fiction. Yeah. This is kind of a departure in the sense that it's for adults. Yeah, so, I mean, definitely. How do you think it kind of compares to her Harry Potter books?
Yeah, in a similar way to what you said, in a way, not comparable. When I was reading it, I was kind of shocked and a bit in disbelief that the same writer that was writing this was the writer that basically defined my childhood, because some of it is, the content is very adult. You've got kind of hardcore sex, drugs and violence, it's all there. But I think she makes the transition really well, and it doesn't feel like a writer moving from the children's world to the adult world. Like I said, it just feels like it could just be someone completely different. So I think she's done that really well and shown that she's pretty flexible as a writer.
So overall rating out of 5?
If I had to say one thing that I maybe didn't like so much about it, it was maybe that sometimes I thought the characters maybe fitted a little bit into kind of political cliches and stereotypes, and maybe kind of weren't as detailed or layered as maybe would have made it a bit more interesting for me personally. So but in terms of storyline, like I said, like great storyline and unputdownable.
Yeah.
So I think I'll give it a 3.5.
That's over half. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. So I think J.K. Rowling has done pretty well there. Definitely would recommend these 2 books. So definitely go out and get yourselves a copy. And if you liked it, hopefully you'll leave us a comment and maybe come back for more. Hopefully next week we'll be looking at some of the books Karishma and I have been reading over Easter break to get us through essay and exam stress.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Bye.